rock royalty, American style, on the phone here. Let's welcome to Totally Driven Radio, the one, the only, Mr. Joey Kramer. Joey, welcome to Totally Driven Radio.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Look at this, Joey freaking Kramer. I'm excited.
Joey freaking Kramer. That's me.
How about that? So, I'm like, beside the whole Aerosmith thing, and
come on, get over it, babe.
Yeah, right. I want to talk about cars too, like, because I know you're such a car head, and I want to talk cars to you. But the whole coffee thing, like, it's like kind of out of left field, isn't it? Like, you don't
not really.
No,
not really. I've been a coffee connoisseur since I'm a kid.
Really?
And it's something that I've always loved, and I've always wanted to do a business on my own. Just never had the time because, thank the Lord, my career has been as successful as it has been. And so I haven't really had the time. But now, we took like 6 months off, and I said, you know what, I'm going for it. And I put my team together and with some people that I've wanted to work with for a while. And I have learned more about coffee in the last year and more about business. And it's really exciting. It's refreshing. It's like something that I've never done. And I'm really. Can I say shit on the radio?
You absolutely. You can say whatever you want.
I'm just digging the shit out of it, and I'm learning, and I'm having a really good time. And I've learned from the past that when you have a good time doing something, it usually comes out really well because it's not work anymore. It's fun. And that's how out of left field it isn't.
But you would think like you would start maybe slowing down maybe. And now you're like putting yourself into this business where, like, I mean, let's face it, when you get yourself in the business, no matter what it is, it becomes very stressful. Don't you want to start to relax a little bit?
Well, I am relaxing. I always relax, but you can't. These guys that I have a couple of friends who've like retired. Okay. I have a buddy of mine who is a cop for 25 or 30 years, and another guy that was a mechanic, and I have friends from like the normal walk of life, and as soon as they retire, they look forward to it so intensely, and a year down the line they're bored to death. They don't know what to do with themselves.
True.
So
True.
Retiring leads to not such good things.
That's true. Yeah, and then they end up taking like a job at like a Home Depot or something just to pass the time.
I always want to be productive and do something,
Well, that's good. Did you ever think of anything else besides coffee? I mean, like a lot of the rockers, like as a matter of fact, we talked to Mario Andretti a couple of weeks ago, and he's not a rocker, but I mean, he did wine. I know a lot of other rockers do wine, or the big thing, hot sauce is a big thing, or like Kiss, you can just put your name on anything, but
But you see, that's the difference between what they do and what I do. I'm the CEO of my company. It's my company. I make all the decisions. I'm in all the meetings. I cup the coffee myself, which means that I check it all out before it gets approved to be shipped and distributed. And I'm hands-on all the time,
wow.
Which the majority of people that do what I do, when they want to get into a business, they're not really that anxious to do that. They just want to lend their name, sit back, and collect a check. But I only know how to do things one way, and that's like, full-time, hands-on, 100%. So I'm involved all the way down the line.
That's awesome. That's the way you got to be, though.
I want to do what Mario Andretti used to do. Talk about exciting.
Yeah, right? Now you did with the coffee, like you've gone the organic route.
Yeah.
Do you like food-wise, are you a very organic person, or?
Not really. I like to eat well, but I'm not like religious about it. I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I just eat good food.
Right.
I don't eat burgers from the burger joint or hot dogs and ice cream and cake and the stuff that kills you.
You're making me feel bad now. All the stuff I do eat.
Sorry, man. Well,
now,
Lord knows I took in plenty of stuff that was bad for me over the years, so you don't have to feel bad. Because I've consumed enough for both of us.
I'm sure you have. Now, on your website, there's something you said that really stood out to me, and it said, after countless amounts of research, you might say I'm a chemist now. So I mean, you're actually the one who's in there as well, working on the flavoring and all.
Yeah, because I know how I like my coffee, and over the years of being on the road, it's really difficult, believe it or not, to find good coffee just about anywhere. In
right.
Europe, the coffee is a little bit better because people are more conscious of it. But, you have people, especially in America, look what the coffee's come to. The people drink K-cups, these little Keurig automatic things because they want to stuff them in the morning and get it down their throat. Nobody, takes the time to, make a nice pot of coffee in a French press or in a pot or grind the beans. Coffee is a great drink. It's very, very flavorful, and it's just the greatest. And you need to take your time and enjoy it. When I get up in the morning and I have my coffee, that's that's the start of your day. That's really important. But everybody wants everything real fast and right now and yesterday, and everything's really disposable. And so, unfortunately, that's the way that it gets. But there are still those who like to do it, the right way.
Right. Now, how many cups of coffee a day do you think you drink?
Do I think I drink? Probably 3 or 4.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, not at all. I used to drink a whole lot more, but at any rate, the coffee comes from Sumatra, Guatemala, and Ethiopia, and I've tasted coffees from there over the years, and the guys at my roasting facility know when I have guys that I can describe what I want to, and they can roast it to those specs, and then I'll cup the coffee, which means I taste it, and I'm the one that approves it before it goes out and gets distributed. So I'm hands on, and the coffee is not only is it in a great package and the artwork is spectacular, but the bottom line is, besides all the hype and the fact that it's me selling it, it's really good coffee, and it's gourmet coffee, and I'm putting it out for public consumption at a really reasonable price point, and so I'm making it real easy for people to get it. But it's a funny thing, man. There's such a learning curve with people. If people, a lot of people are stuck on Starbucks,
Right.
And for instance, I don't care for that coffee because to me it tastes burnt and it's got an aftertaste and it's very acidic. And you got people that'll swear by that stuff, And in order for me to make progress, all I need is the opportunity to get people to taste my coffee. Once they taste it, I know they'll come back for more. And so there's a bit of a learning curve there, because you got to get people to try it. So you got to have a nice, package, and you got to do the work. And I've been doing meet and greets in Costco's and in stores and Stop and Shops all over the place. And it seems to be working, but there's a big learning curve, But once people try it, boom.
Yeah, and the thing with Starbucks too, I said earlier in the preview, to me, and I've said this for years about Starbucks. First off, I'm not a big coffee drinker. The only coffee I drink is iced coffee. But Starbucks is legalized robbery. The prices they charge for a cup of coffee,
I
just think is insane.
Well, I think people are buying that stuff for the buzz or the caffeine, not necessarily for the flavor of coffee. But what you really want in a good cup of coffee is both.
Yeah. And your prices are real reasonable, which surprised me.
Yeah. So let's talk about cars. You a car head?
I'm a car head.
All right.
I love cars.
You do any track work at all?
No.
So you just like to drive?
Yeah, I like to drive.
Great.
I'm all excited. I just got a Charger RT beginning of the year. I was so happy. Mm-hmm. But my big love has been Corvettes. I've had 3 Vets. But, I mean, what are you driving now? The last time I saw was a Lamborghini.
Yeah, well, I've experienced just about everything that's out there. Right now, I'm driving an R8, a V10 Plus, which is the latest iteration of the R8. And I've done an exhaust on it and reflashed the computer, and it's pushing about 600 horsepower. And that's my daily driver, and I just absolutely love that car. And I drive it every day. I drive it to the grocery store, the library, wherever. And the other daily driver we have is a CTSV Caddy, and
nice.
I've done some work on that too, and that thing is just a rocket ship.
I'll tell you what, I work in the car business. And when them CTSVs came out, I was driving one, and I punched it, and I felt the front wheels just pull up off the ground and were spinning. I was like, holy shit. Like,
I know, man.
It scared the hell out of me.
I know, man. That's a lot of car for the money.
Yeah.
And, I'll tell you a funny story. We just had a 2014 Corvette.
Okay.
And I ordered it like almost a year ago. The car came in. We anxiously awaited the delivery of it, and they did a beautiful job on the outside. They did a really great job on the interior, but the car falls a little bit short. And
really?
I was really kind of both my wife and I were both kind of disappointed. I mean, we have to attribute part of it to, the other cars that we drive, of course. But I was a little disappointed in it. I actually got rid of it pretty quickly.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I've been a Corvette guy for for my whole life. I've owned probably 25 Corvettes.
Wow. Yeah, when they first started coming out with the new pictures of the design and all, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I just recently have been starting to come around to actually starting to like it because I'm starting to see them on the street.
When you see it in person, it really does it a whole lot more justice.
But
the pictures aren't great.
Yeah, I got to sit in one. I'm a big guy, and I got to sit in one, and they made them. The insides are smaller.
Yeah.
So I didn't like the inside because I was all tight and all. So I like the previous body style more because I can fit in it.
Well, I've had pretty much everything that's out there. I've had Ferraris and Lambos and Aston Martins and just about everything you can think of. And I love cars. I always have since I'm a kid.
Sure.
And there's just something about it. Cars and drums,
I'm with you.
Yeah. Good.
How about do you watch my favorite show on TV, like Counting Cars? Do you watch that show?
I've seen it, but I don't watch it. I don't watch it regularly.
I just think what that dude does at that shop is phenomenal, and he's got true passion about it, which is more exciting.
I know. It's really fun to watch people that are passionate about what they do.
Yeah. How about Top Gear? Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, that's the British show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those guys are crazy.
They do a pretty decent review on pretty much every car they do.
Now, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the older muscle cars or the exotics or sports cars?
I like the exotics. I like newer cars because I really, really enjoy driving. I spend a lot of time driving, and the older cars, especially the muscle cars. I mean, like the old Corvettes, for instance. I love the way they look. They're absolutely beautiful.
Horrible.
But I don't like the way they drive. They're just like driving an old car. It's like driving an old pickup truck.
True. Now, did you ever I get into cars like a General Lee out of the Dukes of Hazzard or the Zebra 3 from Starsky and Hutch. Did you ever go and buy yourself one of them?
No.
No. Come on.
No. I never have.
You couldn't put yourself driving a General
Lee? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. One of my first cars was a 66 GTO.
Wow. Nice.
How about
That's
yourself?
Good. My first car was a 74 Oldsmobile Cutlass.
Ah. Very good.
Yeah, until I thought I was Bo Duke and I got airborne with it and destroyed the frame and everything else, yeah.
So you talked to Mario Andretti, huh?
Yeah, he was on about a month ago.
What is he doing now?
He's still involved in racing, but his big thing now is the whole wine business.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's got the whole Andretti winery going out in Napa Valley.
Yeah. Well, I got my whole coffee thing. You got to have something, man. You can't do the same thing forever.
This is
and
true.
it's good. It's good to spread it out. When I walk into a business meeting, in the corporate world, dressed in rock and roll regalia, and those guys are all there in their three-piece suits, and we're sitting speaking business. It's a pretty cool experience, because they just don't know what to expect from me, and
sure.
and I've learned how to carry myself in a business meeting, and it's pretty meaningful.
Nice. Now, how about all the different flavors of coffee? It's becoming I'll compare it to alcohol, with vodka and rum. It's like a buffet of flavors now, and coffee is kind of the same way. Are you going to expand flavors and go more than?
Yeah, right now we just got 3 varietals, and but my coffee is all single source beans. There's no blends. So so the Guatemalan is all Guatemalan and Ethiopian and Sumatra and so on. And we're doing a Swiss water decaf, which is a water process that decaffeinates the coffee, because I don't want to use any chemicals, because it's organic coffee.
Right.
And so you got to apply the same thing, the same rules to flavored coffee, because you don't want to put any. You got to put natural flavors in. So yes, the answer to your question is. We're going to be doing that. It's just a question of time before we get to it. There's so much on our plates, and the company is pretty much blowing up in our faces that we have there's 3 of us running it, and we all have regular jobs. Plus now we're doing the coffee company, so we're getting ready to take on some people to work full time and do nothing but the coffee and help run the company. But I will never give up control or take the company public. A lot of people just have a goal of starting a small business and just taking it public and sitting back and collecting the money. But I'm about the quality of it, and what I'm associated with normally is associated with quality. So I can't put my name on something that's not of the highest quality. And I plan on keeping going for as long as I can.
Now, is your goal to have this become in supermarkets everywhere?
Yeah, we're in 2,000 supermarkets already, all over the Northeast.
Oh wow!
And we're distributed by Cisco on the wholesale side. So that's a really big deal for us. And we're working our way. The band is the strongest in the Northeast, so that's where we started, because it was pretty logical. It was logical to do that, and then we're working our way across the country. We're next is the Midwest and Texas, and because I live in Texas, so we're doing some business meetings here and trying to get into the grocery stores here. And we're in a bunch of smaller, convenience stores all over the Northeast, and some big chains. We're in Stop and Shop, which is Ahold and Giant and Roche Brothers and Hannaford Brothers, and we're in Costco all over the East Coast. So it's really blowing up. I got a lot on my plate.
Now, how's it going to be? You guys are getting ready to go out on tour. You just announced you guys are going to be doing a U.S. tour with Slash. So how's it going to be now, CEO of Rockin and Roastin and touring at the same time?
Well, you know what? That's going to be a really good trick. but I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull it off. Well, we're going to Europe the beginning of May, and we'll be there until the end of June. Then we take but a week off and go back out in the States for July and August. And I have a great team of people, man. So, other than the only thing that won't be able to get done is personal appearances and some of the stuff that I normally do. If we're gonna come out during that time with a new flavor or a new blend of coffee or whatever, it will get processed and sent to me wherever I am, so that I can make it and have a pot of it and make sure that it's right before it goes out. I won't. Nothing will go out until I put the okay to it.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right. I got to ask you this. Being a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, What's your feelings on the whole situation with Kiss going in now and all the hoopla that it's not going to be the original band playing, but yet it's only the original band being inducted? What's your whole feeling on that?
Well, can you be more specific? You mean like a question or just how I feel about it?
Do you think the original four should just, more or less I should say, do you think Paul and Gene should just suck it up and play a song or two for the induction, or?
I kind of do, man. You have to recognize the fact that, there's two other guys that have been in the band for the last 12 or 15 years.
Right.
Can you just ignore them? Is that fair?
No.
I don't know.
No,
maybe from their point of view it is, but I don't know. From my point of view, I think basically they should all play. And it's only the original four that are getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, but I think they should all play.
Right.
I think that what I'm about to say applies to a lot of things in today's world, in today's society. I think people need to lighten up a little bit, and not take things so goddamn seriously, and make make everything so important. It's like, hey, it's life. Shit happens. You got to roll with it, and let's just make the best of it and have fun.
Absolutely.
Problems and issues will always be there. They'll never leave our side. So the object is to have a good time and make fun out of whatever we do. And those guys have had a very fruitful career. They got nothing to complain about.
Right, absolutely. Now, how about like you guys are going on tour with Slash? I mean, how about like with Guns N' Roses? I mean, speaking from experience, Aerosmith has been through the mill. You guys have been through probably every problem that could happen in a band. Don't you think, like, again, the original you think? Yeah, right. Don't you think, like, the original Guns N' Roses and Axl and Slash should just, like, sit down and, like, air out their problems and, like, let's do this?
Well, the bottom line is this, man. It's how they really, it's whether or not they really care about their fans and the people that made them and got them to where they were, because that's really what it's all about. And I can say from my guys and from my band, the reason I think and I believe that we're still together all these years later is because the common denominator for us has always been the same. And the common denominator has always been the music. Not money, not women, not drugs. I'll be the first to admit that those were all great parts of it all along the way. But our common denominator has always been the music. And when it comes to the music, the fans are the most important thing because they get you and put you where you are. And so often, too often, they get that whole idea gets cast aside. Well, now we are who we are, and we can do whatever the hell we please. That's not true. It's just not the way that it is, and it's not right for those guys to act that way, So basically, because they have personal grievances with one another, everybody else is being held hostage and can't hear the music that they love to play and they love to hear. So, it's not very fair. You can get to a point where you just deal with one another. You go on stage, do what you got to do, and do your job, and then you don't have to hang out. You don't have to be buddies. You don't have to have dinner together. You don't have to be brothers. But I mean, that's nice. It makes it a whole lot better and easier. But I think it's kind of unfair that they indulge their egos to the extent that they do.
Did you ever think that Aerosmith would be responsible for the future of rap rock that we had to deal with?
No. I can't say that I ever thought about it. I'm grateful that it happened the way that it did, and it was all the time and the place. We were in the right time at the right place, and what was needed came out, and somebody had a great idea, and it worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it gave us the opportunity that it did. And I'll always be grateful for that. I'm very grateful for my whole career. I just think that I'm like one of the luckiest guys walking the face of the earth, I love the one thing in life that I love to do more than anything else is play my drums. And that has never, ever worn out for me, and I hope that it never, ever does. I love to play. I will always love to play. And,
Awesome.
you know, being in this band is like my favorite thing. I just have such a blast all the time.
Well, how about years back when you had the accident with the car catching on fire and you got burned up? Was the first thing that went through your mind was like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to play drums?
Oh, wow, man. I can't even begin to tell you how many different things went through my mind. And the fact that every time I go into the gas station to fill up my car, there's not a time that I don't think about that
Sure.
day.
Wow.
You know, but fortunately for me, they were all second-degree burns, so I had no scarring. But I was burnt from my fingertips all the way up to my elbow, and my shoulder, my left leg, my ankles. You know, burns are like the worst.
Sure.
Really, 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 really painful.
Wow. Now, how about the whole the modern era of music that we're in now with digital music and MP3s and iTunes? What's your feelings on that whole world?
Well, it would take a long time to give you my opinion of it, but in short, to make a long story short, you know, I think that everything has become way too disposable. People have become way too lazy. When I see that, you know, people would rather watch the Housewives of Atlanta or the Housewives of Beverly Hills on TV rather than a good dramatic movie or a good comedy, that says a whole lot. And everything is so disposable now that if you don't like things like the likes of the Nicki Minaj's of the world and Justin Bieber's and who else? Pitbull. You know, some of it I can't even give you an opinion on it.
Right.
Miley Cyrus. I mean, you know, things are being done where it's not good. It's not good. What's the word? You know, they're not laying out good stuff for people that are growing up. I don't know how to describe it without being foul about it. You know,
right.
It's just not right. I mean, like I saw some of the things that were going on at Miley Cyrus show, and I know for myself, my sister-in-law wouldn't let my niece go because she went and saw some of the show herself on a video, and you know she didn't want her 16-year-old daughter being subject to that. And
yeah.
like I don't blame her. I don't think that it's prudish or you know it's about so much more other than the music. The music is so secondary.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, but all the sexual innuendos on stage that, I mean, you know, this girl's 20 years old, doing what she's doing, having the career that she's having. That's what America is all about today. You know, I'm not putting it down, but, you know, if you look at everything that's going on from Miley Cyrus to Obama, you know, we're in some deep shit here.
That is an understatement, my friend.
Yeah. And you know, it's sad, and like, unfortunately, people don't get it until it's in their backyard.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. You know, all I can say is it's coming.
It's coming. Hey, we got a couple phone calls. You want to take some calls?
Sure.
All right, let's see. We're going to go to Barbara and Michelle first. They want to say hi. All right, Barbara and Michelle, you're live with Joey Kramer.
We're on, Michelle. Joey.
Yes.
Hi, it's Barbara and Michelle from Twitter.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, we're doing good. We're sitting here. We're listening to your show.
Oh, great.
We're on speakerphone. I've been on the phone with Michelle for like 3 hours, and we just linked into your show, and she's on my other phone on speaker, and I'm on my cell phone.
How long have you been listening?
From the beginning.
Oh, great. So does it sound good so far?
Oh, my God. It's awesome. You're covering so much ground.
Great.
And
Did you order coffee?
We love.
Where do you guys live?
Michelle lives in Wisconsin. I live in Marlboro, Mass.
Well, all over Massachusetts. Well, you know where you can get the coffee, right?
Oh God. Oh yeah. I went to Stop and Shop one day. I emptied the whole display.
Good for you, man.
Oh, that's great.
Three packs and another new shirt of yours.
So you in Wisconsin, you right now you can just get it online, right? Well, I hope you're drinking the coffee.
You can only get it online.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for the call, guys.
You can only get it online.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we just wanted to tell you how much we're enjoying the show.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling.
All
Thank you both. All right.
Okay,
bye.
Have a good evening.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And we got one more call. We got Tracy in South Carolina. Tracy, you're live with Joey Kramer.
Hi, Joey Kramer.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Good. Hi, Bay. I'm an old
Hello,
friend of
Tracy.
Bay's. Hi, Bay. I have a question for Joey.
Yeah.
I've seen Aerosmith 11 times down the Spectrum. Never, ever disappointed me. Fantastic shows. I've, over the years, noticed that quite a few of Aerosmith's videos, the live videos, were actually taped in Philly. And I wanted to know, was that an actual group decision to tape from Philadelphia? And did it have a lot mostly to do with the fans?
Now, wait, you're asking me that the videos
the videos that they played like on MTV and so forth, were they chosen with all four of you guys, or from Aerosmith saying, "Hey, we want to tape at Philly and put that on MTV," or was that somebody else's decision?
I don't know that I know the answer to that.
Really?
Because like the stuff that was on MTV, it was such a long time ago.
Right. Oh yeah, we're talking going back to the 80s.
Oh yeah, the 80s.
The mid 80s.
Tracy, the 70s and the 80s are a bit foggy.
I know it's a little bit foggy for all of us, but I was just curious. I always thought about that. And tonight was my chance to ask you. But I want to also know, where was your favorite place to play?
My favorite place to play.
Absolute favorite place to play.
I would have to say, it's very difficult to narrow it down to one place.
Right.
I would have to give you a couple. I always loved playing home, in Boston, and I think that my other favorite place is probably Japan.
Wow. Okay.
And I have to add South America, because the fans in South America are just off the map.
Right. Have you played? You played in Germany, correct? Like in Berlin and.
Oh yeah. We're going back to Europe in May.
I heard that earlier. I heard that a little bit earlier that you were planning back, to go to Europe. So.
Right.
Well, have a great trip. Have a great tour. Thank you for taking my call, and Bay, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, Tracy.
All right, Tracy,
thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Joey, can you? I don't know if you know this or not, but here I'm in the Philly area. They knocked the Philly Spectrum down, the legendary Philadelphia Spectrum, and they put a bar there, a sports bar.
What?
Can you believe that?
They knocked the Spectrum down?
Yeah, they knocked it down.
When
and
did that happen? I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, they knocked it down. It's probably about 2 years now. And
Holy
they were originally going to make like a whole hotel and a shopping district with this sports bar. Well, nothing came to fruition except the sports bar, and now where the Spectrum was is just a piece of grass.
Oh my Lord!
It's amazing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. A lot of good shows at the Spectrum.
Absolutely. I saw you guys. As a matter of fact, I saw you guys in the foggy days of the 80s when Guns N' Roses. I think you guys might have played 2 shows there with Guns N' Roses in the late 80s. And Axl got arrested in the parking lot right in front of me.
Yeah, I'm
The
looking
good old
forward
days.
to doing this tour with Slash, man. This is going to be really fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that Slash is one of the last iconic guitar players of our time. You know,
absolutely.
I think he's one of the last guys whose playing has as much meaning as it does. I mean, not only is he a great guitar player, but his persona, you know, of like, I hate to use the quote rock star, but you know, Slash is what it's all about. Yeah.
He's got that complete package to go along with it, to be that guitar hero. Yeah, absolutely. Now, you guys gonna be doing any more new music at all coming up? Any new albums or anything? Or?
Oh man, we're gonna do everything, man. Just as we always have been. I don't know. You know, we got to get through this tour first, you know, and let us do that. It's like we're in foreign waters, you know. No one ever expected it to last this long, and so I don't know of anybody, including myself, who's done any one in particular thing for this length of time, whether it be married, be in a family, do a job, whatever.
Sure.
You know, it's been like 44 years, and so like, you know, we're beginning to wonder too.
Now, what do you think? Do you think to yourself like, holy shit, we sold over 150 million albums? Like, what do you think to yourself? I mean, that's phenomenal.
I don't know. What did you say? What do I think of myself?
Yeah, like, what do you think to yourself about that? Like, that's just gotta be mind blowing.
I don't know, man. You know, it's like it's all part and parcel of what I wanted to do when I was 14 years old. You know, that's when I knew. Sitting out in the car with my friend Sandy, whom I'm still good friends with 50 years later, and he was telling me about how he saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, and he wanted to grow his hair like the Beatles. You know, and I said, not me, man. I'm going to be the Beatles.
That's awesome. Let me throw this name out. Let me see what your reaction is. One of my all-time favorite bands, the New York Dolls.
Oh. Interesting band. Very interesting band.
Oh, that's funny. That's the politically correct answer, huh?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, you can go to rockinandroastin.com. You can get your coffee from Mr. Joey Kramer. He's got 3 flavors, and it's reasonably priced, $9.99 a bag. As a matter of fact, I think you even have autographed bags for $9.99, which
I do, and you can also get a 3-pack if you want to try all 3 kinds. And you know, there'll be different stuff coming along. There's also other stuff on the website, man. There's like, you know, there's a blog on there, and there's news events and tells you where I'm going to be and where not, and you know, other stuff other than coffee. And there'll be and soon there'll be more merch up there too. We're just like,
awesome.
You know, we're giving it our best shot. I'm grateful that the coffee's going over the way that it is, and I'm not in any rush to like make it, you know, super big or take it public or do anything stupid like that. But I'm just glad that everybody's enjoying it.
Yeah, don't rush it, man. There's no hurry. Take your time.
No.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Joey, this has been friggin' awesome, man. Thank you so much for this.
You're so welcome, man.
And hey, can you cut a quick ID before I let you go?
I can.
You can say whatever the hell you want, just as long as you end it with you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Totally Driven?
Yep.
Totally Driven Radio. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, this is Joey Kramer from Aerosmith, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio. Wait, let me do another one.
Go ahead.
This is Joey Kramer from Aerosmith, and I'm sitting here saying whatever the hell I please. And you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Thank you. That was awesome.
That's awesome. Hey, before you go, I would be crazy if I didn't bring this up because it's my all-time favorite video game, but Revolution X.
Oh.
I have it. It's my favorite thing in the world, so I had to bring it up.
Wow.
And, Bay, if you don't know what it is, it's a video game where you have to save Aerosmith in it.
Didn't you guys have an actual?
There's like strippers in cages in it, and I mean it's a very cool little video game.
What were you going to ask me? Did we have what?
Wasn't there an actual like Aerosmith video game at one time, like in the arcade?
Absolutely,
yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
It was an arcade game.
Right.
It had a gun, had a moving machine gun on it.
That's it, and it shot out CDs instead of bullets. It was CDs.
Oh yeah, it was the real deal.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was the real deal.
Look at that, Joey Kramer, video game star.
Well, thank you, gents. It's been real.
It has, absolutely, Joey. Thanks, man. Good luck with the coffee. Good luck with the tour, and keep in touch.
Okay, man, I will.
Take me for a ride in that car, one that I can fit in.
How tall are you that you can't sit in little cars?
Oh, the height isn't a problem. It's the width.
Oh, it's the width. Okay.
Yeah, I'm 5'9".
You're on your own with that one, Mel.
Absolutely. It's all the
all right,
good
you guys.
living.
Well, good luck.
All
nice chatting with you, and we will talk to you soon.
Cool. Thanks, Joey.
Okay, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, everybody. There he is, Joey Kramer of Aerosmith. Check out his website and get his coffee. Buy it, drink it, enjoy it. He loves it. You should too. Rockin and Roastin.com. That was freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a really fun guy to talk to.
Oh, dude, like, can you not just picture, like, hanging out with him and just laughing your ass off nonstop?
Oh, man. That's really... Want to hear something funny, though? I was talking, like, I was asking you questions and stuff, and the system just didn't take me off of mute for, like, the longest time. I just thought you were ignoring me.
Yeah, I saw you were on mute. I thought you just kept yourself on mute. I was wondering what was going on.
I don't know why, but it wouldn't turn off.
Yeah, that's weird. and now that I'm looking at our chat going back and forth, it's pretty funny how I asked about MP3s and iTunes, and we ended up talking about Obama and Miley Cyrus.
No,
but it's all connected somehow, right?
Every time we talk to, a celebrity, I think to myself, you know what, I like these people, and I'm really appreciative that they're on the show, but please say something just outrageous that'll get picked up by all the news outlets.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. Everything he said in that interview in the last half hour should get picked up.